I don't care how your 2025 went, but all I care about is how you spend your 2026. And if you want this year to be better than the previous one, you need to make some plans. And by the way, I'm telling you this based on perspective from 2025. This is what I did in the beginning of 2025, and this year has been really kind to me. And so I think my advice has some weight over here because my year went right after I did this. Step 1 would be forget 2025. Even before 2026 begins, you need to forget the previous year. And for situations like these, when I need to close off one chapter of my life, I write down a shutdown entry. A shutdown entry is a journal entry which helps your brain to process a lot of information from a previous part of your life. Open up your journal and write on it with your pen. What do you write on it? A summary of 2025. 15-20 pages. It does not matter how many pages, it will take a lot of time, so give it that. But you write a massive summary in as much detail as possible about 2025. Whatever happened to you, whatever you did, wherever you went to, write everything in as much detail as possible. And by the way, there is a secret sauce to writing good journals. Treat your journal like a friend. Write in your journal as if you're describing a road trip to a friend. This shit works every single time. This shutdown entry will give you a clean slate to start your 2026. Right, before we move on to the next section, I want to give you a quote. For a masterpiece to be painted, the canvas must be empty first. Let's paint the masterpiece. Step 2. Mission. Now that you have got a blank slate, you need to fill it up with something. You need to start making the actual plans. And when I say plans, I don't mean resolutions. I don't mean anything related to productivity hacks or number related goals. Set missions. So crack open your journal again and write on it a list of the goals that you want to achieve next year. Write all of them down, like don't hold back. So you want to go on a road trip, write that. You want to save up for something new, write that. Do it right now. Like go and bring a piece of paper. You can do this right here right now and make a 6, 7, 8 line long list of all the goals that you have. By now I will assume that you have like 8 or 9 goals written down on the paper, okay? What I want you to do is circle around the absolute essential goals. The lesser the better. Maximum goals you can select here is 3. Select maximum 3 out of all the goals that you have written down on this paper. The 3 should be the most important goals without which you will not be able to progress. So for example, for me it would be college, YouTube and my online business that I'm trying to set up. What I want you to do right now is strike off all the other goals other than the 1, 2 or 3 goals which you have selected as priority goals. Yes, these are called priority goals or missions. These 3 are your missions for 2026. All other goals are going to be distractions because look, the human mind has finite capacity. We can't set like 6, 7, 8 goals and expect to achieve all of them. And so if we want to avoid burnout, if we want to actually achieve the goals and not just say that we are going to achieve the goals, we need less goals to be set. And lesser goals means more important goals, means missions. You need missions and not just mere like goals and numbers to hit. Right, so by now you should have a massive shutdown entry detailing 2025 so that now you can get things off of your chest and allow your brain to process things. And right now you have a list 1, 2 or 3 priority goals, missions which you will achieve in 2026. And so step 3, the final step would be structure. What you need here right now is add a lot more structure to your plans because right now your plans are like vague. For doing this, I want you to crack open your journal again. Write down the 3 priority goals on separate pages. And for each priority goals, make a massive list of all the actions that you are going to take if you want to make progress towards the goal. For example, if my goal is YouTube, my set of actions for YouTube is going to be recording. It's going to be scripting. It's going to be editing. It's going to be replying to YouTube comments. It's going to be networking with other YouTubers. It's going to be spamming promotional links in Discord servers. This is going to be the exact tasks, the exact actions which I do on a day-to-day basis as a YouTuber. If your goal is being a great student and scoring great marks, your goal will be to memorize the points which are essential for the exam, practice sample question papers, search for more effective, more structured notes so that it's easier for you to memorize, attend the classes regularly and ask the teacher constructive questions. These are the things that you need to be a good student, and so these will be that list of tasks that you will write down. Separate lists for separate different types of things. And what I want you to do, again, circle the most essential tasks without which you will not be able to make any progress towards the goal. So for example, without recording, scripting, editing, I will not be able to do anything for YouTube. I can skip spamming links in Discord. I can skip replying to YouTube comments. I can skip those things and my video uploads will not be affected. But I can't skip recording. I can't record if I don't have the script. And so scripting, recording, editing, these things are the very core base activities which I have to do as a YouTuber, right? And for every single goal, you have these things. So circle them, strike off all the other ones. Strike off all the other little actions which you have written down on the list which don't really move the needle at all. Without them, you will still be able to make progress towards the goals. Remove those things. They all are distractions. They all just fill up your mind, make you feel productive. But in the end, they will not actually contribute anything more than like 2 or 3% towards your goal. So it's not that important. You know the 80-20 rule? 20% of the effort that you are going to make will contribute towards 80% of the results. I want you to keep this rule in your mind because this is very effective. I want you to figure out the 20% tasks, the highest leverage tasks that generate 80% of the results, 80% of the growth towards goals. I want you to figure out these 20% actions and then strike off all the rest of the actions which you have written down in the list, and this will give you a lot of clarity. And why do make this list? It is to give you a very clear idea, first of all, in the beginning of the year, what you need to do. But at the same time, I keep this page close to me, okay? And whenever I am stuck in a rut, I just open up the journal, open up that page, and I just go through the list of actions that I need to take. And the page acts as this reminder to me that, okay, listen up, bro. Like, whatever you have been doing is all fluff, and these are the things that you need to do to make actual progress towards your goals, so do them. This reminder is so helpful because when you are stuck in a rut, everything around you goes in a haze. You can't see very clearly in the direction you need to tread on. And this acts as your roadmap. This acts as your guide, which keeps you grounded and focused towards the goal that you want to achieve. That is it for my planning for the new year. And by the way, you do it before January 1. You don't wait for January 1. This video is going to be uploaded before January 1 in December itself. I want you to make the list right now, right here, right now. You already, if you have been listening to me, you already have a paper with the goals thing. And so expand on that, make the other journals as well, write down the shutdown entry, give it time, and do it today. Make 2026 your year. See you next year. Happy New Year in advance.